Hi there, welcome into Authentically Lovable You. I hope that you have been doing great and want to touch bases with you and thank you for everyone that has been watching this podcast. We had over 3,000 views on our last session. And so that was really great. It's really beginning to grow, and I really appreciate you tuning in. Again, this is Authentically Lovable You, a podcast that was created over a year ago. It's shared on 15 different platforms and widely viewed on YouTube. So the last time we met, we spoke about perseverance and some different topics. So today, what we're talking about is people pleasing. People pleasing is a codependent character trait. Codependency is really a character obsession with other people that you're more about them than you are about yourself. And a lot of times codependents are outwardly focused so that they don't have to deal with their issues. And it takes a person of great strength and fortitude and frankly authenticity and honesty and integrity to take time out and look within. Sometimes if we haven't done the work, meaning our whole life, we don't recognize what is healthy versus toxic. It can be very overwhelming once we begin to do that work. I know that when I started doing that kind of work, it was very overwhelming. I had a lot of things in my past that maybe I didn't recognize, and people were purposely hiding from me, which wasn't fair to me. And so I came into this place of really wanting to heal. And you've really got to get to that place. Nobody can do it for you. And you need to sit with a group of people that are accepting and loving unconditionally. They allow you to speak. They don't interrupt you. You're entitled to your opinion. It is not right. It's not wrong. It's your ownership. And that's really where I began to learn about authenticity. They didn't call it authenticity, but a requirement was to be very honest, gut level honest. And it became with yourself. So you weren't allowed to judge other people, comment, critique. It wasn't therapy, all right? You weren't giving advice to other people. You were just allowed to speak. And that is a very healing environment when you're allowed to speak when there's no judgment, when you're allowed to speak freely, randomly, doesn't even have to be the subject on hand, and you can get that out. It was very free. It's not a place of anger or regret or remorse or blaming or shaming. It's honestly looking within and healing. So we all need environments like that. So part of codependency is being outwardly focused. And when we're outwardly focused, we're not looking within, and typically we're people pleasing. And this started at a very young age for me. It's how I was raised. It was part of my growing up. And so in order to keep the peace, I was taught to people please, which meant don't worry about yourself because that's not important. What you need to do is learn to get along with other people and do what they want you to do, and that's how you're going to gain approval. That's a big fat lie, people. That is not how you gain approval. You are already approved by God Himself. Okay? You are already approved. Does it mean that we're perfect? No. Does it mean that we don't make mistakes? No. We are a work in progress. We're on a journey. Okay, we're on a path of discovery. And people pleasing, you don't identify who you are. You get lost because you're so consumed with, are they okay with me? Do they like me? Do they approve me? Look, nobody cares. Okay, live your life and be happy. At the end of the day, you have to live with yourself. You have to live with your decisions. And if all you care about is getting the approval of other people, you're not loving yourself. You're not being authentic. You're not caring for yourself. One of the biggest trademarks and hallmarks of a people pleaser versus someone that's authentic is self-care. Do you exercise? Do you have your moments of, where you have your belief system? Do you journal? Do you exercise? Do you eat healthy? Do you have healthy relationships? It's not about people pleasing. You can get along with other people, but it doesn't mean that you're a yes to everybody. The most empowering moment of my life was when I just said, no, I'm not going to do that. No, that's not okay. No, this is my boundary. All right. When I began to stand up, and we've talked about, getting back our power. When I did that for myself, that was the best thing I could have done. That was me breaking the chains, as my channel is Breaking Every Chain 08. That was me breaking the chains of people pleasing. I can honestly say today, I am not the same person I was, and I don't people please. You have to have a level of discernment and look within. And, someone says, hey, let's get together and go do this. You can say, honestly, I'll get back to you on that. Let me check my calendar. I really respect when people do that, all right? Because it's not the first gut reaction of, yeah, sure, let's go. No. Take some time and think. Is that a relationship you want to be around? Is that someone that motivates you and esteems you? Or are you just doing it to appease somebody? Don't do that. Authenticity says, look within, speak the truth in love. You don't have to be harsh or mean. You can have your boundaries. You don't even have to respond, honestly, okay? You don't owe anybody anything. So people pleasing is a really dangerous character trait, because it's like once you hop on that carousel, it's really hard to get off. But again, that's how I was raised. I operated in that type of relationship until I knew better, until I had to pay a price. And sometimes the price is high. It's your self-esteem. It's your self-worth. It's how you look at yourself. It's how you take care of yourself. And I wasn't willing to give myself away anymore. Because you know what? There were times that I would have been asked to go somewhere or participate, and I really didn't want to go. In fact, being around that person made me sick to my stomach. When I began to honor the person that I am today, I quit doing that. And man, did I feel better. I had peace. Because, sometimes we get around people, it creates a lot of anxiety. That's your gut. That's your intuition talking to you. Okay, saying caution, caution, red flag, stop, don't go there, turn around, go back home, and you'll have peace, all right? And you have to navigate being lonely or being around overly involved with people, and you're people pleasing, you're not honoring yourself, and that's the whole key. Authenticity talks about honoring who you are. And now, when I have come into a place of quiet and peace, no chaos, no arguing, no being pulled left, right, like I'm some, puppet, all right? No, I get to make the decisions, all right? And I've empowered myself, and I worked on myself, and I manifested and created my self-care, and I believe in myself. And now is my time. I have stepped up. Things are turning around. I'm seeing lives turn around on my channel. I love it. I love the encouragement. I love helping people. And I'm being authentically lovable me. Now, people may not like it. They may not like my authenticity. But there's one thing I know. I don't people please. I don't bow to people. I don't say yes because I have to. No, if I say yes, it's because I choose to. And so you have to weigh those things out personally, and it's made such a huge difference to me. So again, people pleasing. It's a codependent trait. It's when you always say yes to people when you really don't want to. When you have to live for other people's approval to feel good about yourself. No. To authentically love yourself, you approve yourself today. You say, I am more than enough. I am worthy. I am authentic. I am lovable. I will honor myself. I will take care of myself. I matter. And so eventually the people pleasing stops. So look within, continue to walk in your authenticity. Leave me some comments, share, please. Come see us on YouTube, Breaking Every Chain 08. And this is part of breaking a chain. If you can break the chain of people pleasing, wow, it'll be a tremendous 360 in your life. So I encourage you to do that. So it's great sharing this topic with you. I hope you find it enlightening and ponder it. Do some research on people pleasing and what it looks like in different people's lives, because there's a lot of research and testimonies out there where people, it really hurt them. And we want to be our best selves, and we want to help people be the best version of themselves. So continue to honor yourself and love yourself because you matter, and be authentically lovable you. So till next time, have a blessed day, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.